This is The Post Up with DJ Trice. I'm running my mouth on everything hot in sports, news, drama, and whatever is blowing up the timeline. Let's get into it. Welcome back to a brand new episode of The Post Up. You already know me. I go by the name of DJ Trice, and I stay posted up right here, running my mouth about sports. It's Wednesday, y'all, so we know what we talking about. Women's basketball today. AU Pro Hoops actually tipped off, but I didn't get a chance to catch the game because I was guesting on the Protect the Queens podcast, talking about this WNBA CBA drama. So I will get to AU Pro Hoops. I just got to watch it in playback. I might have to watch it on stream with y'all, so that might be a Twitch live, YouTube live kind of situation. So just stick around, subscribe to the channel, of course, hit the notification bell. You'll know when I talk about that, but I haven't had a chance to talk about it or watch it because I've been talking CBA all day. So I want to give y'all some of my thoughts. The last meeting was February 2nd, was 2 days ago. And Neko Ogumake came out, who's the president of the WNBA Players Association. She came out and said they didn't have no counterproposal at the meeting. And I thought, that's crazy. But then I thought, wait a minute, we're talking about the WNBA. No plan is on theme. Not being facetious, just being for real here. I don't understand how, if the season is supposed to start May 8th, y'all, for everybody who's listening saying, when does this start? Why everybody talking about it? The players are planning to strike because the season is supposed to start May 8th and you come to meetings with no proposal. I don't know what y'all do for a living out there, what kind of meetings y'all go to, but I don't think I've went to a meeting with no agenda in the last decade of my life. Why are we meeting if we don't know what we're talking about? And to add insult to injury here, y'all, the meeting that they didn't have a counter proposal for lasted 3 hours. Lasted 3 hours where they were told that they could get, all-star tickets as a perk of the new contract, and they could get memberships to the WNBA app. What? That app is $20 for the year, $19.99. I don't even think they charge tax on the Apple Store for it. It's literally $19.99. So how do you come here with no plan? How you come to here with no plan? I don't get it. I don't understand why they think these players are playing, especially now that you got Caitlin Clark in the league, you got Paige Beckers in the league, you got Juju Watkins and all these other players that are coming in. This is their best time to strike. You know how long women in the WNBA been complaining about all the policies, procedures, the travel, the everything. You don't think they gonna use them girls as the bargaining chips that they know that they are? I hope they lock out. If they lock out, y'all, I'm gonna be on this YouTube channel going crazy. We can watch old seasons, new seasons, talk about the lockout every day. I don't care what y'all want to do. We can do whatever. My views are gonna be through the roof because I predicted a lockout last year. Not in December of last year, after the WNBA season ended. I said, man, we might not even come back here next year. I was sitting in the pressing room. We definitely going to a lockout. Why the hell would they sign to go for less money for longer time when you know that they are playing in their face? A couple episodes ago, I told you about Unrivaled and how, them selling out Philly and having all these sponsorships and everything changed the game. So if two of your top players who have been negotiating with the Players Association with you, they go and create this rival, not even a rival league. It's called Unrivaled, which is, no pun intended, but it's a 3-on-3 league. This ain't even a 5-on-5 league. They done found sponsors up the wazoo. What does that let us know? It lets us know that the people who are in charge of the WNBA are not good at business. It doesn't mean that the WNBA is not a valuable product. It doesn't mean that people don't watch women's sports. There's been thousands of t-shirts and sweatshirts and all kind of stuff sold that say that women are watching sports. There are women at the games. There are men at the games. There are kids at the games. People want to watch women's sports in general, but the WNBA specifically. The NBA and the WNBA have been working on growing viewership, get more revenue, all these things for this entire time. And now they're getting closer to it. Mind you, not of their own doing, not of their own volition. It's not because, okay, we put in this sweat equity is finally kicking off. No, the players and NIL and Angel Reese and all these people who had these massive followings helped you. You weren't even good. You weren't even good. It's just a failed business plan, if you can call it that. The people in the front office need to be shook up. When any other business is not being profitable for a long amount of time, and now the workers want to strike, there obviously needs to be a change in leadership. We're arguing about crazy things. They're talking about we're going to add a family room. These are women who bear children. Why the hell wasn't there no family room anyway? They got to find babysitters on the day they play basketball games? Come on, man. Give me a break. Give me a break. They can't have the whole family there. They can't get a suite. I don't know what you could do, but there's tons of ideas that you could have had. I'm not giving you no more because I don't work there. And it's crazy that the players came up with a bunch of different ones, modeled the way in season 2 of Unrivaled. They had 2 expansion teams. Only for us to come to find out that Cathy been blocking expansions and trying to send the Connecticut Sun down to Houston, Texas, when there's a group in Boston who wants to have a team. Wouldn't it be wonderful to watch the Connecticut Sun play up in TD Garden? We'll never know because she's blocking expansion. You want to hold control of the league so tight that we didn't even know other people. You're trying to make it seem like nobody wants to buy it, nobody wants to invest. Come to find out, there's people wanting to invest everywhere. It's just not a good look. And the players are smart now. And I'm not saying the players in the past weren't smart, but these girls are smart and they have leverage against you. They are the viewership. Your league has lost its allure if they walk away. They're doing 3-on-3. They over at AU Pro Basketball doing 5-on-5. And again, nobody is petitioning for the WNBA not to exist anymore. Nobody wants that. But what we've been saying is y'all tried to convince us that it was not profitable. Nobody wanted to watch it. And it was just the ugly stepchild sitting in the back. When come to find out, y'all ain't been running the business right. And that's why ain't nobody put no extra money into it. I need Pablo Torre to look into the WNBA. Okay, you found that Kawhi was taking that money on the side. I need you to figure out why the WNBA has been just trying to make it seem like this business is such a loss for so long when they've been sitting on the gold mine of fertile soil to advertise to women and build a women's fan base. Why they couldn't do it on their own? Why they relying on the players? And now the players are saying, pay us what you owe us. Hell, we didn't make this thing pop. Just pay us what you owe us. We selling out arenas. You did it. Now they like, well, this seems crazy. No. Cathy about to find out Fat Meat is greasy. She said that they should be on their hands and knees thanking me for this media deal. Girl, you going to be on your hands and knees begging them people to come back because your labor is walking out the door, sister. Your labor is walking out the door, sister. I don't know how many times to say this to you. And I don't want to be a villain, but it's when you've lost the room, you have to be for real about the situation. When coaches lose the locker room, the teams move on. Nobody is saying that Cathy wasn't good for the WNBA at the time that she was. What we're saying is right now she's standing in the way of progress and growth because she's being silly and she's being unlockable. And she was talking all that stuff, beating her chest, thinking she was the man. And we finding out something completely different. So some things that the league has offered in this latest offer that they decided not to revise at all was they want the max salary to be $1.3 million with revenue sharing. Rookies be making that in the NBA, just for the people, just in case you didn't know who out there watching. Net share of revenue after expenses. Okay, revenue sharing, cool. So the more money these players help them make, they're going to share the revenue. Average salary will be around $530,000, and they would put retirement and pregnancy clauses in there. The pregnancy thing should have already been a thing. Pregnancy is not an injury for women. Take them off the injury report. We need to figure out options. Men can't become pregnant, so the NBA don't got to think about that. But that doesn't mean that the NBA don't got to take some time to think about it for the WNBA. That's crazy. The WNBA Players Association proposed a $10.5 million salary cap. I don't see no problem with that because if you gross higher, why you want to put the damn cap so low? Ain't nobody saying everybody got to be making $10 million, but wanting to cap the salary cap to be $1.3 million is egregious. They want 30%, the WNBPA, the Players Association, they want 30% of gross revenue before expenses. They said we want our money up top. And I'm going to tell you why they want that. Because the WNBA has been mismanaging the money this whole time. Where the money at? Why can't you reinvest back in the players? You're surely not investing it in that app. You're surely not investing it on promotion. Where is the money going? I see why they want their money up front. I would want my money up front from the WNBA too. Right off the top. Because your expenses can be consultants that you paid to do nothing. Can be Cathy's salary, nothing. Can be any of these things. You know what I mean? That's why they want that. They want the average salary to be over $800,000. I think that's pretty fair. They playing all summer. Summer camp is only a week. They putting their body through the ringer. $800,000 and then housing. It's a summer league basically. You only play in the summer. You want me to move my damn house and my kids and everything and go just provide these girls housing and childcare. Figure out a way. Buy a building. Buy a bunch of buildings. Make a deal with the Hilton. Put them up in suite. I don't know. Again, it's not my job to figure this out. I'm not about to keep working on helping them figure this out. But they need to figure it out. To come back with nothing in response is a slap in the face. But no surprise here, but because Cathy is used to slapping them in the face. Lied on TV saying that she didn't say the stuff that Nafisa Collier said when, girl, we know you said that. You didn't even deny it for real. You didn't even say it was taken out of context. I can't believe she would use this information like this. Time is up, girl. We're going to keep talking about this CBA. All them pay us what you owe us t-shirts, it's loaded. You owe these people for building the league that it took you so long to make large, to promote, to get these eyeballs that the players have worked to get on the league. Now you want to get all the money? That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me, and that will forever be crazy to me. So they at a stalemate. I don't know when the next meeting is, but it doesn't seem like they're being taken serious for a 3-hour meeting with no counterpoints, and the season's supposed to start May 8th. Lord, I'm going to be on YouTube forever, y'all. Y'all might as well like, share, subscribe, share my channel with everybody. Also, if you listening in audio, stay tuned. If anything crazy happened, I'm going to just drop a bonus episode. We're going to talk about it. But right now, it's looking grim for next season. It's looking real grim for a WNBA season next year. And none of us wanted this. We want to negotiate. We want them to negotiate fairly. But if I was these players, I wouldn't even. This is the prime time. Why wait? There are also a generation of people who are change makers. They will protest. People in the past were just very grateful that they could have an opportunity to play in the league. They saw a lot of expansion teams go under. There was lack of fun, all them things. So I'm sure they was just keeping their job and playing overseas. These girls is not doing that. They got deals. They doing sponsorships. They streamers. They got businesses. Podcasts, they doing stuff. And not that them other women wasn't, because a lot of WNBA players did have jobs in the offseason and while they was playing. But more conventional jobs. Now we're in the age of the influencer. Ain't nobody about to wait on the WNBA to get their stuff together and run their business right. It's just been managed poorly. Just admit to yourself that, hey, we might have underplayed this. We ain't get it where it needs to be. We need to pay them back for them bringing the star power, because they really made it jump. They the people that's powering this media deal. How you think you're going to get them eyeballs, Cathy? That they should be on their hands and knees. Why you think them people wanted to make a media deal with you? Because they knew you had Caitlin Clark. Because they knew you had Paige Beckers. Girl, stop playing with me. Stop playing with them. We want to watch basketball on May 8th. So with all that being said, y'all, I will continue to keep you updated on all the things CBA related, all the things WNBA related. I would highly suggest you stay on like Yahoo and NECA's page and Fee's page and everything, because they be updating people on what's happening. Let's just keep our finger on the pulse and be patient. If you don't get to see your player, you don't get to see him. You better watch Unrivaled. You better watch AU Pro Basketball. This might be it for a little bit. Okay? And I'm cool to get on here and watch whole seasons. I ain't even playing. I like basketball that much. All right. So thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Post Up. You already know me. I go by the name of DJ Trice, and I stay posted up right here running my mouth about sports. Friday's episode is about the NBA trade deadline. Only reason I ain't talking about it today is because the deadline is tomorrow and so much can change while I go to sleep. But bring yourself right back here on Friday because we gonna talk about it. I'll see you next episode, and make sure you follow me on social media at DJ Trice. That's at DJ TRICE. Until then, I'll be posted up right here running my mouth about sports. All right, that's a wrap on the Post Up. I ran my mouth, said what I said, and now it's your turn. Drop a comment, share it, and come back tomorrow because I'm not done talking. And make sure you follow me on social media at DJ Trice. That's at DJ TRICEY. I'll be posted up here, y'all.